We're moving swiftly on to our parenting segment, and we have Femi Shofoluwe. He's a thoroughbred, passionate youth teacher, someone with more than a decade hands-on experience with the burning desire to see the average youth become an exceptional young adult. Now, it feels like every young person feels like they're an adult right now, and that's one of the reasons why we're talking about this. How to parent an adolescent. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
All right. So first of all, for those that don't know, what is an adolescent and what sort of period in a person's life is that?
Well, according to World Health Organization, based on the recent release, an adolescent is a person between the age of 10 and 19. Before then,
19.
It used to be like between 12 and 24.
Okay.
But now it's between 10 and 19.
Okay, so this is a young person. This is someone who's still living with parents at home, in most cases,
yes,
right?
Yes.
But also has exposure to outside vices, experiences, associations. So how much does your orientation before those years affect who you become in the adolescent period?
Well, it has always been said that the best time to culture and form a person is between the age of 0 and 5. Okay. So basically, everything that a person needs to fly or run in life has been formed before they reach the age of 5.
Wow.
However, by the time they reach the age of adolescence, they are no longer taking instruction. They are no longer, let me put it this way, their behavior before the age of adolescence is actually a borrowed behavior, a learned behavior. But once they reach adolescence, they begin to form their own behavior. They begin to build their own, self-behavior, and then to become who they are, basically.
So their personality begins
to form at adolescent age.
At adolescent age. So there's a parent watching right now, seeing their beautiful daughter or their handsome young son, celebrate his 11th birthday. What exactly is that parent supposed to expect to happen at this time?
Well, from that age where your son or your daughter celebrates that milestone age, I want to say to you that it's no longer parenting as usual. At this point in time, the rule you cannot follow, don't set.
Wow.
At this stage, they learn more from what they see. They observe more than they listen. Okay. That is why almost every parent who has an adolescent will tell you they are not listening. The truth is they don't listen, but they are watching. Okay. So whatever you want them to do, just do it. If you want them to have just 1 hour screen time, make sure you don't spend more than that on your own phone. Okay. If you are spending 6 hours on phone and you're asking them to spend just 1 hour, you are becoming like a tyrant to them. Okay. They cannot, put it together. Okay. You are being oppressive, basically. That's what it means.
So you've already stepped, into an area I was going to go forward with. It does seem to be a period where a young person begins to rebel. Against different types of authority, school authority, home parenting authority, even the law enforcers out there. But they're also exposed to all sorts of peer pressures. Can we touch on that?
Well, when we talk about this age, of course, it looks like they're actually rebelling. But like I rightly said, they are basically forming their own personality. They are not rebelling. Okay. They are forming their personality. And if you don't culture them and nurture them in a way that, they can maximize that moment to build the right personality, it begins to look like they are going against everything laid down, every set rule, every authority. That is how it looks. I think we need to learn how to culture their behavior, how to help them. They are like wildflower. You create a garden for them and allow them to bloom, basically. Okay. If you cannot do that, it will look as if they are just kicking against everything we know. There's
probably a parent that's just had an argument with the young person right now, this morning, getting ready for school. And I've read quite a few times that arguing with a young person doesn't work. So instead of arguing with this child or screaming at the child, what does the parent do? Okay,
you see, when at this stage of adolescent, like I said, in fact, the truth is their prefrontal cortex is being formed, and that is the part of the brain that form personality. So at this point, they will be throwing tantrums. A lot of things are happening around them, both in their body, in their mind, and they are just trying to fix it together. An average adolescent day is like you having a bad day at work every day of their life. Believe me. So if you know how that feels, having a bad day at work, and that is how they are living. So a lot of things are happening around them at that time. They will be throwing tantrums. They will be rebelling. But the truth is this: don't ever fight back.
Okay.
If you allow them to cool down, they will realize how silly they are. Okay. But if you fight back, you give them the legitimate power to act against you. Okay. They will forget about the fact that they are throwing tantrum. They will forget about the fact that they have been misbehaving, but they will capitalize on the fact that you are yelling. And that becomes the battleground for them to rebel more and go against every instruction you give. So this time you need to be very, very patient as a parent.
So young people spend most of their day in school. You see them as parents, you see them in the morning before they go, and maybe for 1 or 2 hours when you get back from work. So that period during the school hours is very, very important. And there's a lot of truancy in schools. As I said, they're going against authority. How are you able to manage that particular period? You want them to get a good education, but there are things that are just going wrong in school. Where do we begin? Beyond
their education as parents, if you have an adolescent, please be interested in their life.
Okay.
When you come back from work, you have just 2 or 3 hours to spend with them before they go to bed.
Yeah.
Don't let it just be, how is your assignment? What did you learn in school today? Ask about their life. How was the break time today?
Okay.
How are your friends today? That shows that you are actually interested in their life, not just in their grade alone.
Okay.
And this helps them to feel more at home with you as a parent. They know that you are not just a chore kind of parent that just want good grade alone.
Okay.
You want their life to be better. You are interested in their life. You are interested in the association. The moment an adolescent knows that a parent is not interested in the association they have, then they can have any kind of association without you knowing how bad things are already getting with them. Okay. So you must be interested in their life beyond what you are paying for. Because most time, that 1 hour, parents just want to be sure that their money is being utilized well. Yeah. But beyond that, what about their life? That is what is important. I have to say
thank you so much for coming to talk to us. Hopefully a parent out there has learned something fantastic. We would love for you to comment on social media about this. Use our hashtag #WakeUpNigeria on TVC. And of course, we'll be looking out. Hopefully you'll be able to respond to some of the questions as well online. All right then, we still have quite a bit coming your way. It's still Wake Up Nigeria. Stay with us.